Welcome back to What Is, the channel where we unravel the mysteries of, well, everything. Today, we're lacing up our skates, grabbing a stick, and diving headfirst into a sport that's a whirlwind of speed, skill, and sometimes a little bit of controlled chaos. We're talking about ice hockey. Now, you might think you know ice hockey. It's those guys on skates, hitting a puck around, occasionally punching each other, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. But there's so much more to this exhilarating game than meets the eye, or the high stick, for that matter. So, what exactly is ice hockey? At its core, ice hockey is a team sport played on ice, where two teams of 6 players each, wearing ice skates, use sticks to shoot a hard rubber puck into the opponent's net. The objective is simple: score more goals than the other guys. The execution, well, that's where it gets interesting. But how did we get from a frozen pond to the thunderous roar of an NHL arena? Let's rewind. Much like trying to pinpoint the exact origin of a good argument, the precise birth of ice hockey is a bit murky. Various stick handball games played on ice or frozen ground have existed for centuries across different cultures. Think of the Irish hurling or the Scottish shinty, combined with the stick and ball games played by indigenous peoples in Canada, known as lacrosse or bagataway. When European immigrants arrived in Canada, they brought their own games. And well, Canada had a lot of ice. A lot of ice. So, naturally, they adapted. Soldiers, explorers, and early settlers started playing simplified versions, often called shinny, on frozen lakes and rivers. This was hockey in its rawest form: a stick, a puck, or sometimes just a rock or a frozen horse apple, if you can imagine, and a bunch of people trying not to fall over. Health and safety definitely weren't a priority back then. The mid-19th century saw the true genesis of modern ice hockey in Montreal, Quebec. Students at McGill University, drawing inspiration from field hockey and rugby, started formalizing the rules. The first recorded indoor organized game was played on March 3, 1875, at the Victoria Skating Rink in Montreal, featuring 2 teams of 9 players using a wooden puck. 9 players. Imagine the traffic jams on the ice. Also, the nets weren't exactly standard back then. Often, it was just 2 rocks, or maybe someone's really optimistic coat. These early games were, shall we say, a bit less refined. Helmets, pads, forget about it. Players were basically just gladiators on blades, relying on sheer grit and a healthy disregard for their own dental work. As the game grew in popularity, so did its structure. In 1877, the McGill University Hockey Club drafted the first set of codified rules, laying the groundwork for the sport we know today. These rules included elements like a limited number of players, positions, and even the concept of a referee. Though I bet those early refs had their hands full. Fast forward to 1892, and a man named Lord Stanley of Preston, then Governor-General of Canada, became so enamored with the sport that he donated a decorative bowl as a trophy for Canada's top amateur hockey club. That bowl, oh, you might recognize it. It's now the most famous, most prestigious trophy in all of hockey, the Stanley Cup. Originally, it was a challenge cup, where teams would literally challenge the reigning champion. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. The early 20th century brought professionalism to the sport. No longer just for amateur bragging rights, players could now get paid. Imagine that. The National Hockey Association, or NHA, formed in 1910, paving the way for its successor, the National Hockey League, or NHL. Established in 1917, the NHL started with just 4 teams, all based in Canada. Today, it boasts 32 teams across North America, a testament to the sport's incredible growth. Over the decades, the game continued to evolve. Rules were refined, equipment became safer, thank goodness for helmets and goalie pads that actually pad, and the speed and skill of the players reached astonishing levels. We saw the introduction of the forward pass, the dreaded offside rule, which can still confuse newcomers to this day. Imagine trying to explain two-line pass to your grandma, and the evolution of goaltending from standing statues to acrobatic shot stoppers. So, what makes ice hockey so captivating? It's a ballet on ice, except sometimes the dancers have very sharp sticks and are trying to knock each other over. Firstly, the speed. Players can skate at incredible velocities, maneuvering the puck with precision while traveling at car-like speeds. Then there's the skill, stick handling, shooting, passing, all executed with split-second timing. And of course, the physicality. While illegal hits are penalized, body checking, using your shoulder or hip to separate an opponent from the puck, is a fundamental part of the game. Adding an explosive, high-impact element, it's often described as a mix of chess and boxing, played at 30 miles per hour. The strategy is deep, too, with power plays, penalty kills, line changes, and intricate offensive and defensive systems. Every shift is a miniature battle. Every game a war of attrition and quick thinking. And let's not forget the Zamboni, arguably the most popular player on the ice during intermission, diligently resurfacing the ice and making everything shiny and new again. It's truly a marvel of engineering, and surprisingly soothing to watch. From its humble beginnings on frozen ponds with rudimentary gear, ice hockey has grown into a global spectacle, a thrilling blend of athleticism, artistry, and sheer grit. It's a sport that demands respect, both for its rich history and for the incredible athletes who push its boundaries every single day. So, the next time you see a puck fly into the net, or a player get absolutely plastered into the boards, remember the journey, from a couple of guys with sticks and a frozen rock, to a multi-billion-dollar professional sport loved by millions around the world. It's more than just a game. It's a cultural phenomenon, especially in places like Canada, Russia, Sweden, Finland, and the US. And that, in a nutshell, is ice hockey. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button. Leave a comment telling us what is you want us to cover next, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating explorations. Ring that notification bell so you never miss another episode. Until next time, stay curious.